There's something weird, and it don't look good. Who you gonna call?
Welcome to Coffee and Trailers. This is the show where we're going to be reviewing coffee and trailers to movies, to TV shows, all while drinking our morning coffee. So join me in this review for Ghostbusters Afterlife. The 1984 Ghostbusters was really big to my childhood. From not crossing the streams.
You said crossing the streams was bad.
Cross the streams.
You're gonna endanger us.
Now, before kids wanted to be Iron Man, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and superheroes, in the 80s, kids just wanted to be Ghostbusters. From the proton packs, to the PKE meters, to the ghost traps. Me, when I was a kid, I didn't have a proton pack. I had a backpack. And then I had a rope that was connected to a super soaker. And there you go. I had a proton pack. Throw in some overalls, and I was a Ghostbuster too. Now, they did try to remake Ghostbusters in 2016 with Tammy and the all-women cast, but it just fell flat as Karen's macaroni.
You're a great mom.
I don't know. I'm fine with Trevor, but with Phoebe, she really keeps me on the outside.
That's normal. She's an awkward, nerdy kid.
Maybe a new home could be an opportunity to start fresh. I just wish she'd get into some trouble.
There's still time.
Ghostbusters Afterlife is about the Spangler family. The daughter of Egon moves to Summerville, Oklahoma from Chicago. And normally the Ghostbuster films are known for taking place in New York. These Ghostbuster films has been about outsiders becoming the hero. Right away, we're introduced to Phoebe, who's played by McKenna Grace, who's been acting since the age of 6. She plays the granddaughter of Egon. Her brother Trevor is played by Finn Wolfhard, who you know from Stranger Things and It Chapters 1 and 2. Their mother is played by Carrie Coon, and I bet you didn't know she was Proxima Midnight in Avengers Infinity War. Phoebe finds the infamous ghost trap. Now, as a kid, I never had the Ghostbuster ghost trap, and I always wanted it until I went over a friend's house that had it, and then I played with it and was like, this isn't what it's cracked up to be.
Well, anyway.
We're completely broke, and our grandfather left us this creepy old farmhouse in the middle of nowhere.
Your father wasn't much of a homemaker. He could hardly keep the power on.
You're saying he left us nothing?
Well, I wouldn't say nothing.
You went with the station wagon?
Growing up as a kid, I had a weird crush on Janine. So Janine was my first interaction to cute, kind of secretary, nerdy, but cute. That's how I feel about Janine.
You believe in UFOs, astral projections, mental telepathy, ESP, clairvoyance, spirit photography, telekinetic movement, full trance mediums, the Loch Ness Monster, and the theory of Atlantis.
What is happening here?
Somehow.
Ecto One made a 1959 Cadillac look cool. And I don't know if they were using this as a hearse or ambulance back in the day, but this would have to be the coolest car to ever drive around, but think you're cool in. Paul Rudd plays a seismologist who's there to discover where all these earthquakes are coming from. Phoebe watching the old Ghostbuster commercial on YouTube makes all the perfect sense. The original Ghostbuster came out 37 years ago, and kids her age aren't out watching commercials from 37 years ago. So that could explain why she never knew who her grandfather was. Ghostbusters 2 came out 32 years ago. And most of you guys will never know how lit Bobby Brown had that soundtrack. We have a PKE meter, which stands for psychokinetic energy. Egon, without his PKE meter, was like Captain America without his shield. It just didn't work. What was Egon always doing? Busting out that PKE meter.
Experience feelings of dread in your basement or attic?
Have you or any of your family ever seen a spook, specter, or ghost?
Oh my god. You guys hear that?
Something's coming.
Most people think, how do I top the original? We gotta go bigger. Bigger means better, right? How am I gonna top the 1984 version of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man? With many Stay Puft Marshmallow Men. What? This part of the trailer shows the kids snooping around, in which they look like they accidentally wake up something. Because by this statue, I'm gonna assume that that's something they're waking up is Zool. Zool was from the first one. And as a kid, I always remembered Zool as being like that naked lady with the short hair who was covered in bubbles.
The whole city. It's like The Walking Dead.
This scene of the ghost in the diner reminds me of the scene of the taxi cab ghost from the original. Paul Rudd being chased by this terror dog outside of Walmart just seems like a typical day at Walmart. Go, go, go!
Ghostbusters.
We're ready to believe you.
You have the kids going after an older looking version of Slimer, and in the original version of Ghostbusters, Slimer was kind of like the precursor, like your initiation to being a Ghostbuster. So to see them going after Slimer, which is probably their first mission to being Ghostbusters, is pretty cool. And as you can see in this scene, you see the sign from Ray's Occult Books, which just tells you this is Ray, played by Dan Aykroyd. Now, are you excited to see Ghostbusters Afterlife as I am to see Ghostbusters Afterlife? Because let me tell you, I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps. A good trailer will give you goosebumps. And that's exactly what this trailer did to me. Gave me goosebumps. Because what am I? I am an original Ghostbuster 1 and 2 fanboy. I love those movies. Those movies were part of my childhood. And I like that Jason Reitman is doing the movie. It's almost like a passing of the torch. His dad, Ivan Reitman, did the original 2. And he's passing the torch to his son. So there's no doubt in my mind that this movie is going to have a theme of going back to its roots. And for that reason, I am hella juiced to see this movie. So, did you see this trailer? Did it pull you in? Are you as excited to see this as I am? Are you upset that this movie doesn't come out until November? If so, leave me a comment. What's your favorite scene from any of the Ghostbusters? Did you like the remake of 2016's Ghostbusters? Let me know in the comments. And as always, until next time.
Can't nobody tell me ain't that guy. I'm back to the future, boy, I'm McFly.